If you've watched my channel for a while, then you know in the past, a few times in the past, in a few videos, I have mentioned some of my favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite movies of all time is the original Alfred Hitchcock Psycho. And back in 2013, I remember when they announced the show, I remember when they were filming it, I was like, they were going to give Vera Farmiga and Freddie Highmore as Norman. I was like, what is this? And then I watched it, and the first season I was like, and I was like, you know, I might drop it. But I watched it, and guess what, guys? It ended super strong, and I'm here to talk about Bates Motel. Bates Motel. Now, I actually haven't watched the first, 4 seasons in a long time. This is one of that shows where, I didn't go back and, I didn't buy the show on Blu-ray. I didn't go back and rewatch every episode. Like, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, stuff like that, I can do a lot. I'm a big fan of those shows, and Breaking Bad, I can go back and rewatch all that kind of stuff. This show, I didn't. So I'm not really going to talk a lot about the beginning of the show, whatever. I'm mostly going to talk about this final season, last season, whatever. So overall, again, I'm sorry if I can't talk about the first couple seasons. I don't really remember them. I'll try to remember them, but let's get into this review, guys. Yes, I'm here to talk about Bates Motel, the whole series itself, and I want to talk a little bit about one of my favorite films of all time, Psycho, guys. This, when I mean I love every shot in this film, this is literally, it's one of my favorite movies. I love Psycho. It is seriously, it's so good. If you've never seen it, please watch it. It is literally the best black and white movie I have ever seen, hands down. I love Psycho. And so when the show came on, I was like, I am so interested in seeing what happened before Psycho. And pretty much the first 4 seasons are completely that. You get to go in this town, whatever, who is Freddie Highmore's playing Norman, and Vera Farmiga as Norma. And let me go and start off by that. Oh my gosh. The reason why I watched this show from season 1 to season 5 is literally because of them two. Vera Farmiga as Norma, give her the Emmy. I'm pretty sure she won some type of award for it, but oh my gosh, is she not great in this show? Vera Farmiga is outstanding as Norman's mother, as mother. She is great through seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 especially, but in a different type of way if you've seen it, whatever. And of course, Freddie Highmore as Norman. When I first heard he was going to be Norman, I was like, oh, the Charlie and Chocolate Factory kid? Really? And he killed it. And he got better every season, building up to what Norman Bates did become in the movie, whatever, in the final season, whatever. But overall, they are the reason why you watch the show. And the first season is solid, whatever. You get to meet all these characters. And I love Max Theriot. I think that's his name. Yeah, I realize that's his real name. As Dylan, as Norman's brother. He was great. And he's always been one of my favorite characters throughout the entire show, whatever. From season 1 where he got into the drug business, whatever. And especially season 2, whatever. But another problem with this show was that whole subplot felt so come on. Seasons 2 and 1 and I think 3, those 3 seasons had that drug business and everything, and the whole Dylan's real father is Norma's brother and everything. That whole stuff I never liked. I never liked any of that stuff. Then season 4 and 5, when I actually got into it, whatever, the next story actually became really important. That's when I actually liked it more. But those first couple seasons where Dylan's dad is Norma's brother, I did not care for any of that stuff. But overall, the real reason why I watched the show is because of Norman and Norma, and they went through so much. The teacher getting killed, the girlfriend getting killed, all these characters you cared about, and of course it led to a great final season in my opinion. But I love my favorite scene in the entire show, hands down. My favorite scene is season 4, episode 9, and that is the episode where Norma does die. It's a huge moment in the show, and I thought they handled that in the best way possible. I loved everything they did. Pretty much Norman, she's asleep in her bed, whatever, and Norman goes downstairs into the cellar, whatever, and he turns on the heater, whatever, and lights the fire, and which creates gas, whatever, and if you suck enough gas, pretty much, you die. He turns it on, and it's like a broken pipe, whatever, and it goes up to the pipes, whatever, and he shuts all the air vents except for one, which is Norma's room. He lays in the bed with her, and he's pretty much committing suicide. Only thing is, Romero comes in and saves Norman and Norma, but Norma does die, Norman doesn't. That is hands down my favorite scene. The music is perfect. It's sing me a song, dun, 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 sing me, dun, dun. And it's all eerie, and he's shutting the vents. If you haven't seen that episode, please watch it, but watch the whole show first because it makes sense, whatever, it builds up to that moment. But when Norma dies, it is 100% my favorite scene. Now let's talk about the final season. Pretty much, I'm going to wrap through the final season, then we'll talk about the final episode, of course, because I know a lot of people want to talk about that. Pretty much, the final season is pretty much the Psycho movie in 2 episodes. That was a disappointment, whatever, because the whole season they were umping up, like, this is going to be the Psycho and everything, it's going to be changed up. I was like, alright, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Hope they don't screw it up. And like the first 4 episodes, it's not really that. It's really Norman meeting this new girl, whatever, and him living his life and without Norma, whatever. And Dylan has a baby, whatever. And it's all super interesting. Then episodes 5 and 6, whatever, is when Rihanna comes in as the girl, whatever, who gets killed in the movie, of course. Literally, they switch up, whatever, and the boyfriend gets killed. I like that they did that, but I really want them to play the music. Did anyone out there not want to hear the noise when he was going to kill him in the shower? Like, I did. I just wanted to hear it, and I know I was so disappointed when they did it. But in my opinion, I thought Rihanna was pretty bad. Episode 5, she was bad. Like, in my opinion, I couldn't not, like, ugh. Episode 6, though, when, like, that episode where she was in, she was actually good. Like, she actually did a good job. Episode 5, though, oh my god, I was like, please get better. And, yeah. But overall, those 2 episodes are basically the movie, whatever. And then the last 4 episodes is pretty much Norman actually going to jail, whatever, and like he's in a court, whatever, and Norma takes over as him. I love the final season, how Norma is a ghost, whatever. I loved that. I loved how they did that. I loved how when they switched it up in the final 4 episodes with Norman and Norma, how like in the mirror it would show Norma, but it's Norman, whatever, and I really liked all that stuff. When he talked to the lawyer, it was Norma. When he talked to Dylan, it was Norma. When he went to the car with Romero, it was Norma, not Norman. I loved that. And of course, this last few minutes of this video, let's talk about the final episode. Of course, how did it end? What happened? And I personally really liked the ending. I thought it was a really good ending for the show, whatever. It made sense, especially how it was filmed, directed, and written, whatever. It was perfect. Romero does get killed, whatever, by Norman. He shoots Romero after he's trying to go after Norma's body, whatever. I predicted all of that, and I love how Norman, like, he gets beaten up so much where he wakes up and he's like he's Norman from episode 1. He's like, hello, mother, we're moving, whatever, and he's going home, he's carrying her body, he's cooking her dinner, and he's all like, he's doing lines from the first episode, which I really liked how they went back and threw back. I like when shows like go back and they bring back some stuff from season 1. Walking Dead does that a lot, whatever, and I really like that Bates Motel did that. And of course, I really like the scene where Dylan drives up. He calls his wife, whatever, Olivia Cook, whatever. He's like, I love you. He tells the people to get at the motel, whatever. He goes up there, and I knew it. Like, after he did all that, I was like, there's no way Dylan's not going to do it. And of course, he does. Norman tries to stab him, but Dylan shoots him in the heart, whatever. And what I really like is how Norman says thank you to Dylan because he just wanted to be with his mother. Like, the entire show, what is it? Norman wants to be with his mom. He wants to protect her. She protects him. And what happens at the very end? They both get buried next to each other. They are with each other in heaven or hell. Honestly, I don't know where they went. They looked like heaven, but honestly, they would probably go to hell if you ask me. But they went to heaven, I think. Either way, Norman does die, and he ends up with his mom, and Dylan and Olivia Cook, whatever, they are still married, has a baby, whatever, she goes to school, they live a happy life, and it ends. And honestly, I thought it was a good ending. It wrapped everything up, it had a happy ending, but a sad ending at the same time, and it had good writing, whatever. Overall, I like the show. It is definitely not like my favorite show ever. But it's a very enjoyable show, and the acting is so good in this show, especially from Freddie Highmore and Vera Farmiga. They are the reason to watch the show from episode 1 to the final episode. They are the reason, 100%. Overall, it is a very enjoyable show, and after you finish the show, please, like, go and watch this movie. This movie is, it's better than the show, 100%. I mean, yeah, it's an hour and 49-minute movie, but it's an amazing movie, and you get to see the real story and like what happened in the actual movie. This show, though, it's definitely watchable. It's good. It's got good characters, good ending, good beginning. sort of a good middle-ish with the whole drug business, whatever. Overall, I enjoyed Bates Motel, and I definitely enjoyed the final season and the final episode. Overall, I'm going to give the show a B+. It's definitely an enjoyable show, and if you are a fan of Psycho, you definitely need to watch this show. It's a good little show, and don't be one of those people who's like, this show is so bad, it's ruining the original. No, it's not. You could literally just watch the movie and watch the show separately. That's how I view it. I'm not like thinking when I watch the movie, like, oh my god, this stuff happened before the movie because in the Bates Motel, this happened, this. No, I watch the movie separately, I watch the show separately. I enjoy the show, and I love the movie. That's how I see it. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys!